Pisces, welcome to your monthly horoscope for April 2024. My name is Adina. I'm an intuitive astrologer, and in this video, I will be going over all of the significant energies and major themes and topics you will be navigating for the month of April. This is the biggest month astrologically of 2024, so we have a lot to cover. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you align with my energy and enjoy my content. So let's get right into it. So the first week of April, on the 1st, we have Mercury stationing retrograde. Now, I did post a separate video going really deep into this Mercury retrograde energy, but this is taking place in your second house of money, finances, and material possessions. So there's something around your money and finances and something about this area of life that you're rethinking and reevaluating. Now, on the 2nd, we have Venus conjunct Neptune. This is in your first house. This is great for creativity, imagination, romance, spirituality, intuition. On the 4th, we're going to have the Sun conjunct the North Node. So, not Neptune, this is a typo. The Sun is going to conjunct that North Node. And because you have the eclipses in the nodes transiting your second and your 8th house, there's a lot of changes going on with your money, your finances, and material possessions, maybe even your partner's finances, investments, and psychological healing and transformation. So when the Sun forms a conjunction to the North Node, I feel like this is really beautiful insight, support, and clarity coming in for this new direction that you're wanting to move into when it has to do with your money and finances or your values. On the 5th, we're going to have Venus enter Aries, bringing more focus to that second house of money, finances, and material possessions. Now, this is where we could be spending a lot more money, maybe wanting to make more purchases or larger purchases. Once we get to the second week of April, on the 8th, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. Now, I will be posting a separate video about this eclipse, going a lot deeper into the energies. But what I do want to note about this energy is that we have had a lot of Chiron activations, especially even with the Mercury retrograde, which is going to continue throughout the month of April. So we're all going through this amazing healing journey at the moment, healing of the self because of Chiron and Aries. So, whatever has been triggered and activated around healing, around old wounds, traumas, insecurities, vulnerabilities, and shame, this is where there can be big developments. This is where we can literally be releasing and ending a cycle that we've created based on old trauma and stepping into a new journey with this new moon solar eclipse in Aries conjunct Chiron exact. So it's very powerful for healing. Now, between the 9th and the 11th, we will have the Mars Saturn conjunction, and this is in your second house. This can feel intense. This is both malefic planets coming together, especially too. Mars is ruling all of this Aries energy. So, this can have to do with money, finances, and material possessions with this Mars Saturn conjunction. This can also have to do with you. Your the first house rules your appearance, your physical body, your character, your personality, how you navigate reality. And so there can be something about you that you're really having to address at this time. You could be having issues maybe with your body, with that Saturn Mars conjunction. This is also something that you may have to deal with your finances. Maybe you are trying to make a large purchase and you just can't. Saturn kind of stops that, puts a hold. There is like a sudden stop, hold, or block here with these malefic planets coming together. And again, I want to hear all of your astrology stories in the comments below because we have so many unique transits this month. I really want to hear how this shows up for all of you. But this can be, a difficult energy that we are all moving through. We're all navigating this in our own way. None of us are kind of getting away with it, without this Saturn Mars conjunction. And it really does and the thing is I usually say, well, because depending on if you have a day chart or a night chart, depends on if Saturn or Mars are your most malefic planets. But with this conjunction, it doesn't matter because they're both coming together. So, it's going to be interesting. Now, on the 11th, we have the Mercury cazimi at 22 degrees. And this is where we can have some really beautiful clarity, insight, or intuitive download, message, information, conversation around whatever we're navigating with this Mercury retrograde energy. So, whatever you're rethinking and reevaluating around your finances, money, material possessions, this is where there can be clarity. And I don't want to say clarity because it's still a Mercury retrograde, but there can definitely be some support or insight into whatever you're navigating. Then on week 3, on the 15th, we have Mercury retrograde conjunct Chiron. So again, it's more these Chiron activations. This is where there can be some insight around the healing process. Pay attention to your intuitive downloads. Pay attention to your thoughts on this day. On the 17th, we have Venus conjunct the North Node. And I feel like this entire week, there's a lot around healing and there's a lot around really discovering your needs, wants, and desires, what you're done with and what you want, the direction you're moving into. Because there's so much Venus energy and then Chiron, Mercury, North Node energy. It's like really just kind of figuring out what you need, want, and desire, what you no longer want, and where you want to go from here. And then not only that, but Venus is ruling this Jupiter Uranus conjunction, which is going to take place between the 17th and 21st. And that will come exact on the 20th. So Venus, already kind of being in this energy with Chiron and the North Node. And then we have this, conjunction. I feel like really big developments around that. But with this Jupiter Uranus conjunction, this is in your third house of community, neighbors, neighborhoods, siblings, cousins, vehicles, local travel, also communication and your mind, your thoughts. Speaking, reading, writing, those are all third house themes and topics. So this Jupiter Uranus conjunction can be, bringing something up around that. Now, Jupiter is the planet of expansion, abundance, luck, opportunity, optimism. Uranus is the planet of disruption and chaos and shock. Uranus is also the great awakener. So Jupiter being your co-ruler, I feel like this is really big awakening energy for everyone in their own way. But it's in your third house of your mind, your mindset. Like there can really be some beautiful developments here around your way of thinking, how you think, maybe how you sometimes can get in your own way or self-sabotage or escape. Like there's really big developments here in shifting your mindset in some way to be more positive, to bring in more positive energy. But also, this conjunction's not just affecting this area of life because Jupiter also rules your 10th house of career and public reputation and is your chart ruler. So, there can also be something around career and your public image in some way, something kind of showing up around that. Uranus rules your 12th house of spirituality, karma, ending, self-sabotage, escapism. So, there's a lot kind of here, I feel like, of really big excuse me. I feel like intuitively for you, Pisces, there's really big developments around escapism, around self-sabotage, around negative self-talk, around how you can get in your own way when it has to do with certain areas of your life. And it really is around your mindset, shifting your mindset in some way. There really is a beautiful awakening taking place for you around your mind. So I hope that makes sense, but that's what I'm really feeling for you. Then on the 19th, we have the sun entering Taurus. You have Taurus again in your third house, bringing more focus to the third house themes and topics. On the 21st, we will have the Venus Chiron conjunction. Again, more developments around the healing process, your needs, wants, desires. Then we get to the final week of April. And on the 23rd, we have the full moon in Scorpio. So you have Scorpio in your ninth house of higher education, higher knowledge, long distance travel, philosophy, belief systems, publishing is in the ninth house, religion is in the ninth house, astrology is in the ninth house. So think back to 6 months prior. What were the intentions you set at the time of the new moon in Scorpio? Now is when you can see those intentions come to fruition. And again, I'll be posting a forecast on this full moon, but this is the first full moon in Scorpio we've had in a while that is not an eclipse because we had the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio. So it will definitely feel different than our full moon in Scorpio last year. Now, I also noted here that Uranus is going to move to 22 degrees and form a conjunction to Jupiter again. It's not going to be a tight conjunction, but I just wanted to put kind of note that because just to show we're still in that Jupiter Uranus energy, even at the on the 23rd of April. On the 25th, we will have Mercury stationing direct right on top of the North Node. So whatever you've been navigating since March 18th, whatever you've been rethinking and reevaluating, now is when there is clarity, insight, big developments around the direction you want to move in, especially when it has to do with your money, your finances, and material possessions. Again, check out my Mercury retrograde video if you want to know more about that energy. On the 27th and 28th, we have the Mars Neptune conjunction. So this is in your first house, and Mars ruling our motivation, willpower, drive, how we take action. There might not be a lot of clarity on how you want to take action or the direction you want to move in. This could feel like a depletion in energy of some kinds. So yeah, I mean, this could be a couple of days where we all just feel a little bit off, a little bit confused, not sure what to do. It could be because of world events taking place throughout the month of April. It'll be interesting. On the 29th, we will have Venus enter Taurus. Venus is going to enter your third house, bringing more focus to those third house themes and topics. And on the 30th, we will have Mars enter Aries. So we have Mars and Venus both going home the end of April because Venus is at home in Taurus, Mars is at home in Aries. So I find that really interesting that they both kind of go home as we exit April, which is great. Mars being in Aries can be great for motivation, willpower, drive. A lot of us will be gaining that back because Mars in Pisces can be a little bit difficult. And also Mars transiting your first house, if you've been having issues with your body, or if this Mars energy has been showing up a little challenging for you, that will start to subside with Mars entering your second house. Again, it really depends on our own personal relationship with Mars, as if Mars is your most malefic planet or not. Now, Mars transiting your second house, which I'll touch on more in May's forecast or May's horoscope, but Mars being in your second house might bring challenges with money or maybe a lot of motivation to make money. It really depends, again, on your personal relationship with Mars. But thank you, Pisces, so much for joining me. I hope this helps you navigate the energy for April and gives you an idea of the major themes and topics that you're kind of addressing throughout the month. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you align with my energy and enjoy my content. And don't forget to put your astrology stories down below. I want to know how all of this energy kind of manifests for you. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will connect with you in the next one.